I'm gonna give you my midway update of Red Rising right now because I'm currently in bed listening to it, and I'm at like chapter 26 now, so I'm a little past the halfway point. But I have some notes over there, so I'm gonna be looking over there. Okay. To start off, I'm gonna kind of read this in sections or explain it in sections, and I'm not gonna give any spoilers. Chapters 1 to 4, very beginning, right? This is where I found out I like how the author writes. I would definitely read other books by him. And I enjoyed the world building, and the characters' descriptions were pretty helpful. Like, I feel like he did a good job of getting a feel of like how people are. And then the politics in it, this is more of a sci-fi book, so I kind of expected there to be more politics in the background of everything, but I like how he ties in all of the different worlds and a bunch of different mythologies and everything like that. So that kind of drew me in. And then the main character, you know, his like main people, his family unit, like who he is and why we're reading about him. I thought that was portrayed as actually really happy, and I liked that. And then chapters 4 to 8, heartbreaking inciting incident. Oh yeah, I wasn't really sure if I was going to continue reading this after the 6th chapter, but I did. I'm listening to it as an audiobook, so listening to it. I did continue listening to it, and I am happy that I am, because it's getting to the point where I need to listen to it non-stop, and I'm probably going to finish. Chapters 8 to 16, you get more politics, and they're presented. Okay, so all of the politics and world building after the initial like first few chapters are by side characters. And I mean, obviously the main character, his name's Darrow, obviously if he knows something, he says it, but he's learning a lot right now, so mostly the world's presented by other people, and I kind of like that because you can focus on Darrow's story and then just kind of gain all this information from like other people in the background, because it really is just world building. So I think having other people say it and not the main character like reading things off to you is so much nicer than just being, I don't know, like thrown a bunch of world building and politics and backhanded stuff and things you have no idea about by a single person. I think that's pretty boring in a fantasy book, and Pierce Brown did not do that, so thank you so much. Now, also in chapters 8 to 16, the main character is kind of growing into himself. I mean, he's a 16-year-old boy at the beginning of this book, and I can tell a lot's about to happen. So he's growing into a new version of himself and kind of dealing with some inner conflicts and everything. And I was a little bit annoyed throughout this because his mentality is just kind of chill, but I don't think it's chill. I think it's numb. Like after a few more chapters, I think he's not chill. He's very numb, and he's growing his rage to become like a weapon. And his life has always been difficult, so he deals with stuff really well, but his difficult life was manageable, and it was normal, and he was comfortable in it. So all of this new stuff, I mean, he's really rolling with the punches, I would say. Okay, chapters 16 to 23, you really see a lot of growth from him, and he not only just, I mean, physically and mentally, but mature wise, like he kind of realized he's got to kick it in gear and get it together, and like this is what is happening now. And then you meet all of these characters, and there's still a bunch of world building in the background, but it's not boring. Like everything he's describing is really cool. I mean, there's like a secret society vibe, there's like a Greek god vibe, there's a little bit of a Fourth Wing vibe, if you like that, because there's like an institute or whatever, and I'm digging it. So this book came out in 2014, and if I read it as a teenager, I would be completely insufferable, and this would be my whole personality. And if it was made into a movie back then, it would have been more popular than Maze Runner, because, I mean, this is like for boys, and Maze Runner's for boys. It would have been more popular than that, because what I'm picturing in my head, dope.